Marcel, awful start. Lost 2-1 at home to Brighton today. First game of the season. How do you assess it? Because I know going into the season, as always, you try and see the positives, and there was a lot of negativity around the lack of signings and the commotion that's going on. And when you see a result like that, all it does is fuel that, doesn't it?
It dampens the mood. It dampens the mood. We're all upset today. I don't know. You would have thought you would have taken something from pre-season into the first game, but it just looks like everyone's nervous. They're shy. They're not confident. They're cowardly in front of their own fans. That's what it looks like to me. Players don't want to play today. It's the first few seconds of the game, Flex. Delo's making bad passes. They nearly concede a chance. Fred's making passes. We nearly concede a chance. In the first 5-10 minutes display, we didn't see Sancho get the ball until 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Yes, that's because he has to hold the wide position, but no one can get the ball through to him.
Is that what we say, like same players, same bad decisions?
It's the exact same thing. Fred was absolutely shocking today, even though at times he plays well and covers ground, but he was shocking. He can't play the pivot six. He can't play the pivot six. He's not good enough. Time after time, I feel like it's more that this manager has ideas, but the board's let him down. Clearly, we need to get recruitment in here. Clearly, we are suffering big time. This is not good enough. This is nowhere near good enough. That back line, shocking. De Gea made it. De Gea, I don't know if he's good enough. That second goal, he literally passes it to the opposition for them to go and score. Who was marking at the back post for the first goal?
And how many times has that happened? Even under Ollie, it used to be either Dalot, not wide enough, too tucked in, or Wan-Bissaka. Remember when we played in Project Restart when we played Brighton? I remember Solly March kept getting in down Wan-Bissaka's tide like 6 times in a row, and we won that game in the last minute with a penalty. And it was the same thing. It's like the fullbacks are still in that mode of when the ball's over the other side of the pitch, yes, you're taught to tuck in, but you also need to leave that space so you're able to cover to get back out the other side. And it doesn't matter whether it's Luke Shaw, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, it doesn't matter. Like, we're badly drilled in that area, isn't it?
Exactly. He didn't take no responsibility to even open up his body and check who's behind him. It's a free tap-in now. And then even with David De Gea, you're passing it straight to the opposition. Of course, there's a tap-in you've given him. Again, you couldn't make no passes. Well, not no passes out the back, but a poor pass out the back at times. Nervy. We're nervous. It's like in front of our own fans, we're cowardly. That's exactly what it is. At times, the structure was weird as well. Who was playing the false 9? At moments, it's Bruno, and then at moments, it's Eriksen. It didn't make no sense. The balance wasn't right in the team. He needs new players. We know that. We as fans know that McFred is not good enough. We know that. So when are we going to change it? How long is it going to take? The confidence is poor. I mean, in the second half, he heads it into the opposition players. He's losing the ball in his own half.
It's almost like he undone his whole pre-season, like in the first 10 minutes. It was weird.
Flex, they're nervous. They're not real characters. There's no real men in this team. Even Bruno, he's running around trying things. He's starting a few counter-attacks here and there, but he's poor. Overall, it was poor. Rashford looked like the old Rashford, and we thought he got over things. He's just got engaged and all that. I thought he's coming back into it again, but can't control a simple ball in the second half. Doesn't really want to press. Had clear-cut. Ronaldo's put it on the plate for you. Even if it's offside, you got to bury
score,
it.
get the confidence.
It's simple minerals of the game. Sleep with the ball, eat with the ball, live with the football. Just put that in the net and then worry about whether it's going to be offside or not after. Basic things. I don't understand. Sancho, yes, he was trying, but to no avail. Didn't really get in the game. We missed Marcel. I can't believe I'm saying that. But a man that wants to quicken up the tempo. In the first half, I'm seeing my captain putting up players and just making 10 years to make a pass. And then it goes back to Martinez, side to side. Where's the quick, snappy passes? We're playing in front of them. If you're going to take too long passing this football, you're playing right in front of them. That's an easy job to defend. You're making it very easy for them. And that's what we've done for the whole game. It was easy football for the opposition. 2 mistakes. We gave them all the opportunities. Anything that they had wasn't off any of their good football. It was off our mistakes for me. There was times where they played well and again, credit to Potter.
Yeah, very organised team, knew what to do. And I was saying to Owen, I was like in the preview, I was like, Brighton won't be scared of us. Yeah. Brighton will say it's a new manager. They're going through it. We know our philosophy, and that's the Brighton that's lost their 2 best players. Yes. They've lost Kukurea and they've lost Bissouma, and they're olaying us at Old Trafford.
Olaying us and jeering at us at Old Trafford, making it difficult for us at Old Trafford because players are taking too long on the ball. Eriksen played all right when he came deeper.
Yeah, he did.
It was weird. He's
proved why. can't be false 9, can he? But what could happen?
He can't. He batted better when he had a bit more time on the ball and he was making sure that we at least retained it in our half and able to spray the ball out. It looked a bit better, but it's still not good enough. You know, Scott has an opportunity to score. Bruno had a sitter in the first half.
Early, get that at least on target.
Bury it. Rashford should bury simple things. Just hit the net on the target for us. Fred had an opportunity shot in the first half, wide. You just little things that just weren't there today. Even Eriksen had a little opportunity. The low crosses it into him. Just volley that first time. Why are you trying to touch it down inside the box? Just volley it with your right foot. So for me, I don't know. We looked lost, but it's only the first game. I'm even gonna still say that. It's the first game, Flex.
Yeah, true.
It's the first game of football. I'm not condemning them until 10 games of football. I need to see that it's slowly progressing onwards. We've definitely reduced from this
pre-season. This is a low point. This is a low point straight away already. You want to hope they can only go up. You know, you got Brentford away next. You got Liverpool after that. Well, you got Southampton away after that, I think. So, you know, there's no easy games, is there? But this team needs to show that they can pick up what the manager's putting down.
They're doing him a disservice if they don't get new players in.
Is that what it is for you now? There's like 20 odd days left of the window.
They're doing him a disservice if they do not get players in. We had the whole pre-season. We had the whole before the pre-season. He had his targets. You know, you're doing him a disservice if you don't get new players in. We know these players look spineless again. They went back to type. You know, Bruno's stomping off and throwing his bottle, you know, after when he comes off, but you were shocking the whole game. You know, things started to happen a bit when Ronaldo came on. I would have started Ronaldo and given him the minutes and let him run his legs out and then put the fresh players on. The subs maybe came a little bit too late.
Was that a ploy because Ten Hag looks at the lack of depth and saying, I don't know if I can bring Elanga on and going to change this game. Don't know if Garnacho's going to come on and change this game. I don't know if Ahmad's going to do it. Like, because in the pre-season, when like every time we changed that team in the 60th minute, what did we all say? It was like, wow, look at the quality drop off, man. We need some players. But when it really comes to it, when there's 3 points on the line, it looked like the manager went, I'd rather stay with Sancho, keep trying. I'd rather stay with Rashford, keep trying. Was that the right thing to do for you? Or should it, in the moment, you still have to try something because we didn't see anything from them players?
So, I don't know. It's not even his fault. It's not even his fault. I mean, Rashford maybe should play in the middle potentially, but he just doesn't look like he wants to play for the club. Shaw's not good enough. That is very simple thing. I would have tried Malacia's.
What did you make of Shaw today?
Poor. Very, very poor for me. Very, very poor. Pedestrian. Everyone was playing pedestrian. Players are pointing at each other to move. They're not moving fast enough. It was poor. Luke Shaw was poor. Delo wasn't brilliant either. Was poor at times. All of them were shocking. I can only see Eriksen playing well in there.
What did you make of Martinez?
Oh, Martinez. It's a penalty though. He gives away a penalty. We're very lucky.
Pushed over Welbeck.
That's a penalty. I'm right there. That's a pen. We're very lucky. So there's that as well. But he was all right. They were testing him though a lot of the time. Long balls over to him. You know, but good tackles, good play, playing the forward passes through the first. He plays through the lines a lot. Very clever passes. You know, confident, long-range passing as well. And you need that to get yourself out of trouble. But overall, it's not a balance, and we need to get players in to create that balance. That 6 is key. We knew that was an issue last season, and we still haven't fixed it. I would have played Zidane. Just give Zidane the run, and let's see what he can do in there. Scott, that balance. Why is Scott so high but not showing high either? It just doesn't make any sense. He's still hiding, but just higher up the pitch. So now Fred can only go play wide into Delo, and Delo's taking too long to play to to Sancho. So we're just stuck in our half. You know, even De Gea's playing poor passes out of touch. It's just. I've been saying it, and now people are seeing it. Just with the whole team. When we're talking about defensive line, we should be including the goalie as well. It's just not good enough, that whole defensive area. You know, and the midfield is even worse. I don't know what he's going to do.
What should he do against Brentford? So, you know, barring that there's a new player that walks through the door in the next couple of days and he can play, let's say it's the same team. From seeing that midfield out there today and how we tried to play them, does he try to get more out of them in training and say, look, we work on it, I believe in you? Or does he make changes in that area? And if so, what?
You can't start McFred anymore. You have to change that. When you're trying to play this kind of football where you're trying to trust the player to connect passes and put a pass through the thirds, carry the ball. Scott had opportunities to drive with the ball today, couldn't drive with the ball. Yes, he finds little pockets and it falls to Bruno and he misses the sitter, but when you're asking him to drive with the ball, he can't do it. Simple little passes to connect play into the forward line, he wasn't good enough at it. He was just crashing into players the whole game. That's all he was really doing. Put Donny on, get Eriksen on, get players that are more creative on this pitch, because you can't do anything with those two type of players right now. He needs reinforcements. He was talking about the right players. He needs the right players coming in. That's not good enough. I just saw that.